vocalist, a songwriter, a vocal coach, an artist, a producer, a author. Miss Shirma Rouse.
They say home is where the heart is.
How was it growing up on Statia?
How do you manage it all?
You went to Holland when you was young, and how did you balance the two between singing and then going to school and
studying? Yeah.
Faith kept me going. If I think about it, it's emotional in Africa.
How do you go about adaptations? Because you meet different people from different cultures. Mm-hmm. How do you adapt or read people?
You got holes here and you pour in. Yeah. This is all you got. I'm done with that, man. I want my cup to overflow.
Welcome on, everybody. Back again with another episode of The Talk. Today, we have a very, very, very special guest. We have a vocalist, a songwriter, a vocal coach, an artist, a producer, an author, Miss Shirma Rouse. If I'm not mistaken, you're born in Curacao.
Yes.
Came to Statia after.
Raised on
Statia.
I think maybe 1 year old.
Okay.
Already.
And then you came here until 1996. Mm-hmm. And then you went back to Curacao. Mm-hmm. And then eventually went to Holland, was studying chemist. Mm-hmm. And then eventually also jazz.
Yes.
Okay, so I know I have it right. I have it correct.
No, the time. Yeah. Nice time.
Extremely, extremely soulful singer. And also her soul is also into cooking. Definitely. Because you have 2 cookbooks. I told my mother today. She's doing good. I told her today I am doing a podcast episode with Miss Shirma Rouse. And the first thing she showed me is a cookbook.
Oh, yeah.
I wish it was here on Statia because maybe I could have get her to sign it for her or something. But that's the first thing she showed me. So I know she's excited for this episode. Yeah. So Miss Shirma Rouse, how are you doing?
You just call me Shirma.
Okay.
This is it.
It's okay.
Where did the name Tammy itself come from?
Tamara.
Oh,
her middle name, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so Tamara is my second name.
Yeah.
So everybody called me as short Tammy. So
Okay.
I grew up in Statia, people know me as Tammy. Only when I went away to school, where you get your official name used again, is when everybody started calling me Shirma.
Okay.
Shirma,
yeah. How was it growing up on Statia?
I think growing up on Statia was the best thing that ever and could ever happen to a child. To me, it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through hurricanes, we lose everything, roof come off, but it was a party.
Yeah.
You was expecting to, you were being prepared from a child that hurricane gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Hurricane could come. So when a storm forming in the ocean, something coming down, everybody helping each other close up the house. Oh, I got plywood. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got, everybody was willing to help each other out. So growing here as a child, it was free.
Yeah.
You go play outside, you're coming home from school, and somebody see you walking, where you going? they say, come. They put you in the car and drop you home.
Yeah.
It was, you didn't have to lock the car when you're going into the shop.
Exactly.
You could leave, I see my mother leave her bag, could leave your bag in the car, you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
Never had to close the front door, lock the door.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is now.
Same thing.
You still can do it.
Thing. I just leave my,
Don't say
But everybody I know don't even really lock the cars. You just go
because,
in.
the island's small, so they can't go nowhere with it. But the fact that you feel safe.
Yeah.
This is a safe place to be. Growing up, having that safety, that freedom to be a child without all the fears of, like I live in Europe.
Yeah.
If my niece is outside, I outside.
Yeah.
You don't leave them by themselves.
Exactly.
Playing, even at the playground, like 2 minutes away, we wouldn't do that. But here, the children gone. You don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
You don't know what time they come in. They know they are coming inside by the time the sun set.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that was growing up on Statia was magic. It formed a lot of who I am today.
Yeah.
You said about the things that I do, but I see that also here on the small island. I see people always like you guys are doing, young people, you working during the day, we're trying to create something.
Yeah.
That's a station mentality. You're always busy creating something, or it's food, or it's fishing, the young people farming. There's always something going on.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of fight to want to grow, you know?
Yeah.
That's Statia for me.
Yeah. Where did the love for music actually start?
Right here.
Yeah.
My dad was a musician. He played everybody who know.
Crazy Cats.
Yeah. Who know Chester, who know Rouse, know my dad as a musician, you know, playing all the calypso bands and in the carnival and always doing acts and stuff. So I grew up with music in the house, but also my grandmothers were both in church. One was Adventist, Lena.
Oh, it starts in church.
It starts so we go in church.
Yeah.
One was Adventist, my mom, Elaine, Live Rock, and one was Methodist, Laura Rouse. She was in a Methodist church. So I used to go to church sometimes 3-4 times a week.
Oh wow.
You know, you go in church with one grandmother on Saturday, one on Sunday.
Yeah.
Now Wednesday prayer meeting. Then I take it easy.
Yeah.
So I grew up loving church, but one was a singer and one a Hammond organ player. So I grew up with a lot of music from home, coming home from school, they go by grandma, music on, the other one humming or in the kitchen. So music was for me like, for most people just breathing. That's music for me.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us. My brother is a bass player, a boss bass player.
Yeah.
Davina can sing. You wouldn't catch her singing, but she could sing.
Yeah.
Ezran, my youngest brother, he's a multi-instrumentalist,
Wow.
singer, songwriter, write really good. So it's like, for us it's natural. So the music was from the beginning, from the get-go. It wasn't like a conversation or a doubt. It was just there.
Yeah.
You know?
And when did you discover you had a voice for it?
Well, you know, my mom always says, my grandmother always told them, you know, from young that I should sing. She should not stop singing. So I started singing from like 6 years old already. You know, singing in church, singing for people.
Yeah.
You know? So for me, it was like, even now, I don't see it as work. It's like,
That's great.
You know, you could have a calling, a gift. I think God has blessed us with many gifts.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of mine, you know?
But before you left Statia, was that something you say you would have pursued?
No. No. Because you got to understand, when I was growing up, my dad was always making music, right? So me and my brother would go with him. We setting up the speakers, you know, lifting up the heavy stuff. So for us, it wasn't like, oh, that's a career path or opportunity. You had to study. You had to go to school. You had to get an education. You had to get a degree. So the concept of being an artist was nowhere inside. It was about studying, and we all could study chemistry. I studied like wiskunde, natuurkunde, scheikunde. You know, I was a kind of a nerd, still am actually. So it wasn't a doubt. I had to study. Music just happened. It wasn't a choice at all. When I leave Statia, I was 16. I'm in Curacao, and friends of mine was singing in a choir in Curacao, in the church, the Methodist church, and they asked me to join the choir. I said, okay, cool. So I started singing with them. Then when I went to Holland, the first few months I was there, I reached in August. In October, friends when I was singing another choir, they tell me, Shirma, come join us. And remember, I did by myself. You're going to study in a room no bigger than this room. Like, this is it. That's what I was living in, Rachel. And sharing toilet with 10 people on the hang. 10 people, 10 other students from different cities and countries.
We don't know even.
And a kitchen. Boy, Lord, I won't talk about it anyway. Don't let me get into it. Okay, that's 25 years ago. That was something else. And if you know my parents, or people who know my parents, my mom was a medical analyst. She's on pension now. But she used to work in the lab here in the hospital in Statia for 20 years. And then when they moved back to Curacao, because my parents lived on Curacao when I was born. And then they moved back to Statia. They were 23, 24 and 26. They were young when they moved back home. And then all my other brothers and sisters were born. There's 5 of us. Yeah. So my mom was in the medical field. So, we grew up focusing on doing studies that's pertaining to those kind of subjects. Yeah. My father is somebody who was always busy with environment, in science, busy doing projects about duurzaamheid, and different things pertaining to green energy. So we grew up focused on those kind of things, so knowing about those possibilities as well. I think influence comes from your parents. Education starts at home. Yeah. You guys have kids, that if you tell your children they can be anything, they're going to believe you. So if I had wanted to be an astronaut or a surgeon, I would have been that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I grew up at home knowing I could be anything I want to be. Yeah. So before I went to secondary school, I had already known the periodic table. I had number timetables before I was 6. Yeah. Before I was 5. Yeah. Because my mom was really about investing in our education. And my father, it was no Cartoon Network. It was Discovery Channel, yeah. National Geographic, CNN. Yeah. Yeah. That's the first 3 things you get to watch. Yeah. If you're lucky. So it was like we were really like trained, programmed to excel, yeah. To be your best. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how it happened. And I was really good in chemistry, yeah. In scheikunde and wiskunde. So you look for subjects, you look for study that correlate with what was your passion, yeah. And that's how it ended up like that.
Oh, okay, nice. Going from here, Statia and Curacao to going to Holland. Mm-hmm. For myself, when I went up there, it was a humongous culture shock for me. Definitely. Very different. How was the experience like for you when you finally moved to go to Holland?
Well, they said culture shock. That's one thing that was huge because, we grew up in a place where you see somebody, you hail up. Or even if you don't know them, good morning, yeah. Good afternoon. But there are people watching you like you're on crack. Yeah. People watching you like you're crazy.
That is true.
And also, like, for example, I just give this example a lot. I've gone to study at a friend's house and 5:30 hit. And the first thing his mother going to say, okay, time to go to the table. Shirma, see you the next time. In our
just
culture,
like that, yeah.
If you in my house, you have your children at my house and it's time to eat, that your children and all you're going to eat. Because that's how we do it,
Even if you have to cut your share short.
Sure. Yes. The grandmother going to take up the chicken off your plate to get a stranger. Yeah, exactly. You think it's Joe? Yeah. That's how it is rolled. So those things was kind of weird. And also, if you talk about difficulties, also the color of your skin. I was discriminated on so much. It's been in a predominantly white city like Leiden, school, where you're studying a subject where you don't see many black faces. Yeah. Was out of 400 students, was 12 black people. Yeah. So you loopt achter.
Yeah.
And then also, je bent ook nog een vrouw. Yeah. Boy. It was rough. The first year, I passed my probation. The first year, I don't know how I did it. Yeah. But I think music. And also, God. Let me tell you. Faith kept me going. If I think about it, it's me emotional because it's like, it was a lonely time. You're leaving home. You got to leave. They prepare us. They're telling us we got to go. Yeah. But you're going to a place you've never been before. It's like you're going on Mars. You don't know if you're breathing the same. Yeah. You don't know what kind of vegetation they have. You don't know how the Martians. That's how it had felt to me. Mm-hmm. That how the Martians going to function. How they going to see you. Because it's weird that here in Statia, growing up, we had many white children in school. No. You had a white person in your class?
No, absolutely not. No.
In GVP?
GVP, no. Not
No?
me.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Me, no. No.
Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
But then you go to a place now where you're the only one who look different.
Yeah.
From leaving a place where everybody look like you.
And then the touching your hair. Oh, wow.
Listen, I had dreadlocks a long time. People always thinking it's braids I have. Sure, why you don't touch your hair? Why you don't do something? But this can be different. This is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so exactly. You feel like I think people just underestimate parents here. Underestimate how important it is to even like if you know your child have to go to Holland to go study, like a few years before take a trip, show them around, and also you as a parent get a feel for the place they go into so you can understand the struggles, the things they're going through because it ain't easy.
No.
So if you don't know, like now you guys went away, you studied there, so you know later on maybe you think, well, when the kid's ready to go, we might decide to do something different. Or you make the choice to go and set them up for a while.
Yeah.
You're going to think different. You're going to move different and maybe do trips for them to see the culture.
Yeah.
Because you know how difficult it was.
Because that's what we do from now. Because when I went up there, I was in Groningen.
Oh, God.
And when I was in Groningen, I in a classroom, like you say, 400 students. I might only black person in there.
And nobody tell your boy don't go Groningen. You know, because nobody have no idea where you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
And it's good you made it through. You did it. But, I mean, if you know in advance, it's all up north. It's 3 hours away from any major cities.
Yeah.
You have people that see it as being far away, so you won't get visitors really. You won't get visitors really easy neither. People ain't gonna come check you, even if they got family there. Boy, you Groningen, boy.
Tough,
You know?
Oh, yeah.
That's the first thing you say.
Yeah, Groningen, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think it was a difficult time. Coming back to your question, how it was from going from here. Well, at least, excuse me, I went to Curacao, so I'd had already a shift in language and energy. But still was with my people. But going to the Netherlands, that was something else. And of course, it has been also a place that has blessed me. I get to travel the world. I became an artist. I work everywhere. I've been everywhere except for Australia. Been to Africa in 15 countries. Been everywhere in Europe, Asia.
Even Asia, wow.
Everywhere. China, Japan, Bali, Indonesia, Singapore, you name it. I've been everywhere with music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
With music. America, everywhere.
How was it? Can you remember the first time you had to perform in front of a crowd?
Well, that started already from home. I mean, that started already here in Statia.
In the church.
Yeah, church, but also playing in the Carnival Village. I know it's a long time ago. You do these things, so and then Curacao also competitions and different things. So, but for me, singing like I said, it ain't work. So it ain't something to be nervous about. It ain't something that I'd be worried about. It ain't something that would stress me out. It's just what I do.
Yeah.
So I just say, when I have 4 rules. I'm a teacher as well, so my students, I always say, number 1, be on time. That's the first rule. Number 2, be prepared. Know what you have to do and what everybody else have to do. And not because you want to be better than anybody else, but be your best. So then you have to be prepared. Number 3, social skills. People have to be able to feel good around your energy. So that means if you've had a bad day, when the moment comes to go on, nobody have to have trouble with your bad energy or with how you're feeling because you're being professional. And number 4, never stop growing. So even if you're good at something, don't stop working on it. Keep pushing to be even better than it was yesterday. So then when I have to sing or have to speak or have to do anything, comfortable because I'm prepared.
You have that set. Yeah,
so then it ain't about having, and saying no arrogance, staying better than nobody else. It's just I focusing on being my best self. You
focus on yourself.
My best self. And especially and then you could be demanding of other people because you are prepared yourself.
Yeah.
I go tell you, hey bro, that card you played there in bar 62, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Then I could get technical with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't hear none. Yeah.
Wow. So you also just go into technical aspect behind the scenes as well.
Of course,
Like
yeah.
not only the singer, but you also know what.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you truly study your craft then.
I
You
had
know?
to. I think I know which microphones work, what settings,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Could communicate with the sound man, say, well, I want these frequencies out, take out 4K, take out. Because I think you have to know, if you're doing something, you have to know all facets of your craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you guys here sitting down, if you can't do the cameras yourself, they have to have a cameraman.
Yeah.
They need a sound man. But if you have all facets of what you're doing under control,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
And it makes you work easier. And then later on, if you get somebody to do it for you, you still could tell them, hey, pay attention. This is how I want it.
Yeah.
Because then you know already how you need it to be
Exactly.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you went to Holland when you was young, and how did you balance the two between singing and then going to school and singing?
Studying, yeah.
But
Can you say get your purpose? So, and I am here trying to fathom how.
I don't know how neither. I'm telling you. But no, I know how. I know why. Because along the way, coming back to my youth, preparation. You know, so you learn how to study, you learn how to delegate, you learn how to think about your time. So all those tools from growing up in the household I grew up in helped me to be who I am today. I said it before, but it helped me also in that process, because you learn, like my mom always say, if you have a college, you have a class, at the end of the class, make a small sample of a thing. Write down, in short, in your own words, what you just learned. So let's say if it's going to take me an hour, I do it for all the other classes I had that day. So at the end of the day, when I have to do the exam, I could read all my notes. I don't even have to open the book, because I write down all the things the teacher had spoken about in the class.
Yeah.
Those kind of small things. Or if you're going to, you're going to miss, you're tired for a class, record it and listen after.
Yeah.
Small things. Like sometimes I come home 3 o'clock at night with a night train and I have to go to college for 9 o'clock. Yeah. Dead tired.
Yeah.
But you're going to go because you don't want to get absent.
Exactly.
But I just recorded a lesson.
Yeah.
Had a little cassette.
Yeah.
Had a little recorder.
Those some good tips there too. You
And
know?
record a lesson and then listen back after and we'll say, well, and if you have to sit on the train or anything, you listen back and say, well, okay, this and this. Oh yeah, I didn't catch that. And then I always try to do things right away. Or sometimes with classmates, sit down after the class and do all the homework for the next week together.
Yeah.
So like when I know I had time, so then the weekends I was free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, to do my shows or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that.
Make it easier for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was easy.
Yeah.
Not much sleep. Because I like to play domino.
Yeah.
What? I had domino, clavier. I was bad boy.
Yeah.
So sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're sleeping, you're playing, and then 6 o'clock you say, boy, hey, I gotta go home, I gotta go class. Nobody hear that. I ain't hear that. I was going to school.
Yeah.
I made it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to bring it back to Curacao. I know Curacao is a place that's culturally rich, in their culture, I should say. Leaving Statia and going there, how did you see the difference when it comes to that?
Well, the biggest difference was language. That's the start. They don't speak much. At that time, they didn't speak much English.
Yeah.
So it was really difficult because they were speaking a little bit of Dutch. And I went to Radovus College. That was a really we call it uppity school, I call it, because a lot of white kids used to go to that school. And it was like one of the best schools because you get a lot of Dutch.
Yeah.
But locally, it was I mean, culturally, they have a lot of different things that we don't have, like how they celebrate even Carnival, the music that they listen to, Tumba and Tambu, Sewu. I feel they have a much more closer connection to their heritage,
Yeah.
to their history, and they hold on to a lot of things, a lot of traditions more than we do here.
Yes.
For me personally, so it was like now that I've traveled the world as much as I have, and I've been to Africa and many different places, you see a lot of tradition and musical styles that they have. You see in Senegal, Sierra Leone, you see them on the west coast of Africa, the rhythms, Cape Verdean Islands, a lot of the rhythms they have there, also in Curacao.
In Curacao, yeah.
So they have a lot more, also in clothing, and different things that they do traditionally was impressive to me.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of their history has been kept. You know, so you have museums all over the place and different things too that you can learn from.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
But the language barrier made it a little bit difficult, but I went to stay with family, and they all spoke English, so that was good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at school, we were obligated to speak Dutch. They used to obligate us, so that was okay for me. But outside of school,
Yeah.
I was lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can say, I can compare the differences that in schools in Curacao, they are taught about the culture.
Yeah.
But here I want to know, when you was here growing up, were you taught about your culture in school?
Not in school, at home. At home.
So it
You know?
goes way beyond then.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah.
In school, I mean, we had Dutch books. We had Dutch history. So I could tell you about the Wereldoorlog. I could tell you about the Inquisition. I could tell you about everything that happened. I could in Atlas could never call up all the provinces in Nederland.
Yes.
You could call up the rivers, you could call up the cities. But about us,
Yeah.
what I didn't learn from home, I wouldn't have known it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we used to have cultural dance from Mr. Ellis. We used to do things like wearing the white dresses and things. We used to do all those things when we were younger. Dance lessons and doing the waltz and etiquette and different things. We used to have, it was nice.
Yeah,
You know, growing up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice things we used to do for us
Yeah.
growing up in my time. And that's in the 80s.
Yeah.
You brought me to a question too that when was the last time before this time that you came to Statia?
2019.
Oh, 2019, not so far back.
No.
No.
No. But it's only too little because my parents live on Curacao, you see? So when I have a break, I'm going to where my parents are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because where they are is home for me.
Yeah.
That is true.
Statia's home, a physical home, but a spiritual home is where my parents are.
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they live in Curacao, so 3-4 times a year I go Curacao.
Yeah.
But I see it more and more. I need to be more and more in Statia.
Yeah.
Because it's nice to be home.
Yeah. They
No
say home
place
is
like
where the
home.
heart is.
Yeah.
Home is where the heart is. So, you know, like with your parents, is like you say, it don't matter where they go, as long as they're there.
Wherever
then.
they are
Yeah.
is home. But you know, Statia have something special too. Statia's they have a soul called the Golden Rock. Statia have a vibe. I love our people. I just love our people. I love how people matter. Family is family. It matter if your grandmother and their grandmother, brother, sister, we family.
Yeah.
It ain't about, you know, and if their children gonna know who their family are and the other ones gonna know too. So it's really a tight-knit, warm community and everybody gonna hail you up.
Yeah.
Hey, long time I see you, how you doing? You feel welcome
Yeah.
when you come home.
Yeah.
No matter how long you were gone.
Yeah.
Hey, we miss you here, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. And yeah, so for me, it's 6 years is too long ago, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
I couldn't. We talk a lot about singing, but we didn't talk much about cooking. Where did the love for the cooking come
Well,
from?
I is a new generation, so you know my grandmother's. But May Lane, my mother, Live Rock, she was a cook, a boss cook. You can ask your mother, she gonna know. You can ask your father, you gonna know.
Yeah.
A boss cook. We have family of cooks. On both sides, but on my mother's side, my mother is an amazing cook. My aunts, everybody, my sister. So all of us grew up always cooking together.
Yeah.
You know, my aunt in Curacao was a caterer. So I used to sometimes cater for 200-300 people by myself. I was 16, 17. You know, so cooking, food is like music. It was something that was always there. You know, your communication with somebody busy, you know what to do. We had to talk.
Yeah.
It's like making music. You know? You don't have to have a conversation. One gonna do that, one gonna do that. It's just automatic. That's so the food was also like the music was a gift. It's a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a way to touch people, to make people happy.
Yeah.
And my grandmother was like that. She had a pot, it had no bottom. She always had food for everybody. When my grandmother died, I think the whole of Statia went to a funeral.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
She was something else.
Yeah.
And my grandmother, my father, mom, also Laura Cathy, a boss cook. I mean, it was just in the fingers, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I get food, the cooking, but also the music from both sides.
Yeah. And ultimately, you did a cookbook.
Yeah,
What make it
so-
came to that, okay, you know what? I feel like I want to do a cookbook.
Well, for years now, long time I'm doing events called Shirma Soul Kitchen. I just cook 4-course meals, 5-course meals, and then sing with my band.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's a
like
nice
a dinner
touch.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that a long time. And people always ask, Shirma, what's the recipe for this? Shirma, can I get a recipe? Shirma, can I get a recipe? But I don't cook from recipes. I cook from hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could give me
That's
food,
a
tell
tough
me I
one.
need to cook for 1,000 people. I could cook for 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I can count it up, know exactly how much chicken I need, everything. I could cook and everybody can eat. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
But to tell you what you got to do, I know it's true.
Yeah.
But now, when COVID hit, 2020, when COVID hit, as an artist, we couldn't work.
Yeah.
So then I finally
How
had time.
challenging. Yeah.
I finally had time to shift, and I think it's also important lesson in life is when they say when life give you lemon, make lemonade. But sometimes you got to when life give you lemon, make apple juice.
Yeah.
You got to like totally shift everything and just open your mind to say, well, I want to change path or tap into my other gifts because we all have more than one gift.
Yeah.
You could do more than one thing.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah.
So I said, well, okay, now I have the time. So I started writing. You know, like writing out recipes. And I decided the first book, I did recipes that close to me. So, you know, Johnny cake, pastici, but I also like oxtail, do some jerk chicken, do prune tart, coconut tart, like a whole scala of basics that we would eat every day, from maybe even corned beef balls, things that my mother would make for us, you know, peas and rice, coconut rice, things that I grew up eating. Like my favorite
Yeah. Yeah.
was in book number 1.
Yeah.
And in book number 2, I do more like vegetarian options, but
Yeah.
with our flavors. I
Okay.
like to show different ways of using our seasoning, our vibes to different vegetables and motivational things,
Yeah.
talks, different things, different
Yeah.
vibes.
And you also decided to do a show around it also.
I get asked for that, for,
Oh, okay.
for TV.
Okay. Yeah.
I get asked for that. So on the Food Network in Holland, I have 2 seasons of cooking.
Yeah.
One have 20 episodes in a studio, and then one have 6 episodes. I went to Curacao and Bonea and
went
did
doing there, so.
like cooking, like visiting local chefs and local farmers.
Nice.
That was
and,
really nice.
and showing
Yeah.
some things about the history of the islands. I want to do that
As
here
well.
at Statia next.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Will be nice.
Yeah.
Station St. Martin and Sable.
Yeah.
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 You know, to show, because I believe that we have a rich culture.
Yeah.
and we don't get enough exposure. People don't get seen enough.
Yeah.
And people just go, like to Curacao, people go so many times and only see papagayo.
Yeah.
Like only the...
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
mambo
yeah,
and all of
yeah.
yeah.
But when they have the island have so much to give. People could tell me, Shirma, what are you going to do in Statia 3 weeks? I said, man, 3 weeks ain't enough time. Ain't enough time.
Yeah.
Because you have different places for different kind of holidays. You want to come and relax and learn a little bit about history. You could do the tour, you go to the museum. You have to go, went out to Lynch today to Burkle to see Mr. Burkle, to see Ishmael. And then you can tell his stories about the family that living here for hundreds of years. And you go to the botanical garden just to be out and see the island, see Vici, because you think it's in the distance, see some of the local plants. And I mean, it's small, but it's ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could just vibe.
Yeah.
So then I go out and relax, chill out, fine.
So that quiet time was important for you as well.
Yeah. I think we all need it. But even on the island, you don't even taking time to see it. We need it. Statia has a rich history, and it's good to know about where you're from. You can't know where you're going until you know where you're from.
That's true. That's 100% true.
Yeah.
That's 100% true.
For sure. Yeah.
What was one of the biggest, what is the biggest thing that helped you from Statia, that helped you, whether it's a value or something like that, when you went to the Netherlands?
That's a good question. I'll tell you why. Because I always say, how I grew up in Statia, seeing people help each other out. The olden days, old people, young people used to help old people. Used to take care of the older folks in the community. My grandmother was one of the founders of the auxiliary home.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the founders.
Yes, I saw it. I think it's Laura Rouse.
Yeah, you see a picture on the wall.
Yeah.
And growing up, we would go and help do things with old people, play games and, different activities with them. And growing up, seeing her do things to other people, putting out, and my mom was on the board. They all, always do for others. My mom always take care of the old people around, go visit them and things like that. And that live in me too. I have foundations in the Netherlands where I'm ambassador, where I help to collect funds for different things. We have houses for children that come from bad home situation, children that have more than one pleeggezin, like pleegouder, that move around. Sometimes children are 6, 7 years old, have been to 3 families already, can't connect, traumatized, abused. They come and live in the houses that we have. Stichting Douchi.
Douchi house. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
What is it name?
Stichting Douchi.
Stichting Douchi. Nice.
Yeah, and then they come and...
Sweet home.
Yes. And they come and live with us. And they become our children.
Yeah.
And they stay with us until they go and study and go off and get their own kids. It's this year 20. Oh, and I've been doing this 14 years already. Yeah. And in Sierra Leone, a friend of mine has a big foundation, Sunday Foundation in Sierra Leone. We have 55 schools and we give education to 25,000 children.
Wow.
Wow.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
A lot of schools are only girls because girls aren't allowed to have education usually. So girls take women from streets, prostitution, out of prostitution. They learn a talent. They learn to sew, make candles, make anything.
Yeah.
Bake
That's
bread.
very impactful.
Yeah, because you want to education is not bringing it beat perspective. It gives you hope. Not only hope, but it gives you vision.
Yeah.
And a few other things. I do a lot of things. So seeing that, it expanded to me being able to do it not for 100 people, for thousands of children.
Yeah.
Or and I do a lot for old people as well. So things people don't see, because I think it's important that when you're blessed, you have to be a blessing to other people too. Mm-hmm. So I do a lot of things, but not because I have to, but because I can.
Yeah.
So that I take away from
Giving back.
This community, community. From how I see my grandmother live, grandmothers actually, mother, father, always helping young people, teaching, different things. I was working in the youth prison as well. Once every 3-4 months, doing a coaching about mindset, mindfulness.
Wow.
About taking accountability for where you are, because you did things that put you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, trying also to be a inspirator, because if they see a black woman being successful, then they can do it too.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
I find that's really impactful too. Like, you know, you get them a sense of hope.
Exactly.
And yeah. It's powerful.
What you guys doing is the same.
Yeah.
If young people see you doing your thing, and they see you look like how they look, there's gonna be a shift.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Alice says, hero to heroes. When we can be an influence to the new generation, this job well done.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do every day.
How do you manage it all?
I don't know. People just ask me, sure, where you get all this time? I really don't know. But I think I don't really drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. Sleep when I can.
Yeah.
And I just only work 9 months out of the year.
Oh, okay.
I work 9 months, I do 3 months holiday.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah.
So sometimes in the summer I take 6 weeks. And then I spread out the rest. Like this summer I'm doing 3 weeks. And then in October I may do 3 weeks. In December I do 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Then still got to. I work 24/7.
Yeah.
I working always. But when I'm off. I make an
told it.
exception for you actually.
Yeah.
But we truly appreciate
For
it.
sure.
I just let you know.
For sure.
This is an exception.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Because
truly
it wasn't
appreciate
happening.
it.
Yeah.
But I say young people, Statia people doing something is nice.
And we figured so because we say, you know, maybe she on vacation, she come here, spend time with family.
You come to
You
chill.
want to, yeah. So we
This is
truly
nice.
appreciate her.
No,
Yeah.
this is nice. If I didn't want to do, you wasn't going to see me. So Statia I'll be. I'm going to be like Statia, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you know, it's also rest is also important.
Yeah.
To be successful, you also have to rest. Honestly,
Yeah.
one of the most crucial things.
Because you speak a lot about, you know, helping a lot of people, helping persons with different things. And at sometimes we help everyone, but sometimes we don't look towards ourselves to help ourselves.
100.
So what do you do to unwind? What do you do for
yourself.
What do you do for what do you do for
Well,
yourself?
I got a few things that I do for myself. I get a massage every week. Once a week.
Yeah.
Every week. I do my hands and my feet every 3 weeks. I always on fleek.
Consistently.
Always on fleek. And also reading, you know, trying to feeding your mind is also a means of relaxation for me.
Yeah.
You know, so the knowledge is power, but knowledge is also peace. So I always look to elevate myself and travel. I like to travel. If I'm not traveling for work, like this year already, what month we in now? July?
July. We're going into
We're going
August
into
soon.
August.
Yeah.
I've been to Japan, I've been to Curacao, I've been to Borneo, I've been to Canada on tour, 10 days. Where else I've been? Can't even remember. I've been to London, and now I'm here. And that's just 6 months, 7 months.
Wow.
Really traveling a lot.
Yeah. But I think, you know, 18 a luxury. So some things are for work. Like Canada was touring for work. I was in Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto with the orchestra. I was touring with 60 people. It was amazing. We went to sing for veterans.
Nice.
Then in London, I went to meet Jane Goodall. Some people don't know who she is, but she's a lady from the chimpanzees. She is the woman who lived 30 years with chimps. She's 93, and I got a chance to meet her.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Went to see her speak and met with her, so it was awesome. You know, so like, it's also nice, amazing things I get to experience through living in Europe, through the music.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's work, but also it's relaxation.
Yeah. What was one of the most like eye-opening or inspiring countries that you went to that really left a impact on yourself?
Yes, that's a good question again. You only full of good questions, man. Are you full of good questions? I think my first trip to Africa when I was 24 or 23, 2003, 2004, went to Eritrea, that's East Africa, just above Ethiopia. I went to give workshops to kids, went for 2 weeks. And you land on the main city, Asmara, that's like 3,000 meters up. So you land actually above the clouds, right? So you're there for a week, you don't have no idea that you're up so high because you've never been there before.
Imagine that.
And then they tell us they want to take, you got to imagine this country in Africa was colonized by Italian. So it have like, you've seen Catholic churches and mosques, and it has an Italian vibe, like, you know, these opulent churches and stuff. Really clean, palm trees. It's strange to have that kind of vibe in Africa. Unexpected, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And extremely clean, a really clean city in the morning at 5 o'clock. You see the women outside cleaning.
Yeah.
And you've seen poor people, but they ain't begging. I mean, different places where it was really heavy, like India and stuff like that, and I want to go back. It was really heavy.
Yeah.
I'll come back to that. But the most impactful thing for me on that trip was we were sound checking outside at the amphitheater, and there were kids watching our sound check, super enthusiastic. So I had changed some money at the money exchange, small bills, and give them out to the kids so they could buy some candy or something. And we had all that full bags with pencils and pens and empty notebooks and stuff, you know, share them out with the kids.
Yeah.
And I dropped 100 nakfa, that's their money, a nakfa. I dropped 100 nakfa bill. That's like, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So like a Coke would cost maybe 3 nakfa to give you an idea.
Oh,
Okay.
So you know it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like €1 at that time was, euros are just in, was 24 nakfa. For me, that was like €4. So I mean, a couple cents was a can of soda.
Yeah.
I don't know how that possible. Like, hey, you're paying $3 for a can of soda.
Yeah.
And that place you're paying a couple cents.
Yeah.
But I dropped 100 bill. And one of the little girls, the prettiest little girl you ever see, light brown eyes, dark skin, had her head in a wrap up, you know, with a head tie. And she gave it back to me.
Wow. Wow.
Because it dropped.
Yeah.
I didn't give it to her. All the children gave them money, they put out both hands.
Yes.
They put out both hands and then they take it and they say, thank you, mama.
Yeah.
So I told her she could keep it. But that could be food for family, food for...
Yeah.
But it was so... It touched me so much because I like...
She could have gone with it. She could have taken it.
But she gave it back because I didn't give it to her.
Yeah.
So you're talking about principles and culture.
Yes.
Boy, that touched me.
Wow.
That hit me so hard.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you don't have, but if it's not given, you're not taking.
Yeah.
And that was the first trip. And the second trip that really changed my life was in Swaziland. That's a country within South Africa. We went to do workshops at an orphanage. 60 kids. At 8 in the morning. Some of the fellas then were late, so we leave a little later.
Yeah.
We arrived at 8:30, and I was mad because you got children waiting. I don't like
You
the
like to
food
be on
late.
time.
Yeah.
I don't like to wait, period, but children, I don't like to leave children waiting. So we came, we just come on the bus enthusiastic and happy to see us, and I get all the kids that want to sing, and the drummer gets some kids with some slagwerk and so, and I asked them, oh, you want to sing for me? they're shy and they want to sing. I said, okay, I'm going to sing for you first. I sing for them and then they sing for me. I mean, angelic. Never heard nothing like that before.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing.
Wow.
So we working out, coming around lunchtime, and I asked the guy, one of the leaders, what time they going to eat something. He laughed. He said, eat. I said, they ain't going to have no food or anything. He said, no. I said, well, can we get them some food? He said, yes, you can. So we sent out to order. We were younger, you used to get grapes and things on a plastic carton kind of thing, and then cover with plastic, right?
Yeah.
So we get like a bunch of them with chicken and rice and a little bit of greens, and they buy some apples, oranges and things. And we get them all, share them out to the kids, and they start to eat. They eat 2, 3, 4 bites, and they close it back. And I tell him, why are they closing it? He said they saved it to take it home for the other ones to eat at home.
Yeah.
And small kids, 7, 8, 9 years old, I'm already thinking about those at home.
Exactly.
Kill me.
I could imagine. I would have been the same way. Yeah.
And some of those kids leave home at 4 in the morning and walk 2.5, 3 hours to come to school. Every day.
Yeah.
And those kids are orphans because their parents died of AIDS. So all those kids had AIDS.
Wow.
All those kids, HIV.
Yeah.
How did you feel being there with that, knowing that?
They're people too.
Yeah.
And it ain't their fault because it was a dangerous time, a rampant sickness, and people not believing in the medicine because they don't believe in that the medicine would work. Yeah. So they weren't taking the medicine. So if you were working in South Africa at that time, if you see 3 people, 2 had AIDS. Wow. It was no joke.
Wow.
And this was in Swaziland. This was a country within, and they had no democracy. They had a king. So his word is law.
Yes.
Every year he would choose the prettiest virgin to marry, and thinking because he do that, he can't get AIDS. So it's cultural stuff.
Yeah.
But just the fact that these children getting food, think about those at home that maybe the older sister taking care of them or the grandmother because the parents' generation died or the age or the mother gone into the big city to work to make money. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But we can't imagine that because we live in this life.
Exactly.
We on Statia, we
can say we truly blessed.
After that, I never ever again worry about the bus coming late or stressing about small things because they have big issues.
Yeah.
We don't have issues. So my mom always used to say, no stress about things you can't change, but only after experiencing what those children going through, I just, gratefulness became even more greater for me. Even more greater. Like waking up, just being able to open my eyes in the morning, I'm grateful. That's something I had a vision to put into action and it happened. Grateful. Could it be just that check off all the things I want to do for the day? Because some people have it so bad, you can't imagine.
Yeah.
But we worrying about the small things, so it changed my perspective on life in general.
Yeah.
I always grateful. All the time.
Yeah.
And that is important.
It shows that the experience, sudden experiences cause you to, like you say, growth. They give you growth, make you understanding, make you be more grateful for the stuff you have in life. So, you also touch on, and if you don't really want to go into it, you don't have to. You said with India, it was kind of like you don't think you would go back.
No, I won't. It was, I went there with another foundation to work with girls, talking about informing them about not only hygiene, but also sexual education, because there's a lot of child prostitution, a lot of poverty, and it was so heavy. You've seen so many horrible things. I mean, they have beautiful things as well in the country, the Taj Mahal and all the touristical stuff, but the distance between rich and poor is so big. You see, children, I can't deal with it. I cry a week long. I can't deal with it. I can't see children suffer.
Wow.
It just, now already making emotion. I cannot handle it. So when I see children in pain, children on the street, no. There for me. I can't do it. I cannot. So it won't be a place I'd go back just for so. Because I can't. No.
It's too heavy.
What?
Yeah.
It's too heavy for me. I weak.
You're weak compared to that.
I think I am a true empath. I just feel people pain, and especially when I see children suffer, I hear about bad things happening to children. Like what's going on in Gaza, in the war right now, in the world, in Ukraine. I can't deal with it. I'm thinking about these children. I've been in war zones. I've been in Eritrea, down to Masava, where you've seen the bombs were breaking the buildings. I've been in Bosnia. I've been in places where people living under taps. I've seen the worst places in the world where I had war. I've been to Kenya after the Burqa Oorlog. I was there working with children. I seen it.
So that's pertaining to like your foundation, so you just had to. Okay.
Yeah, so different things. We had a foundation. We collected instruments for Africa. We went to different countries, carrying instruments for children. Like we went to we had a gig and a workshop in Tanzania and Dar es Salaam, and the music school had only one drum kit. And one of the famous musicians there had a show, so we had a whole week, no drums. One kit in the whole town.
Wow, in the whole town.
One kit. And we're talking about small town, we're talking about Dar es Salaam, a big city.
Wow.
So we were like, we have to do something. So we then started up the foundation with a band. I used to play the Roots Riders. We went to South Africa several times, Tanzania, many different places, giving workshops, performing, and working with the kids, but also bringing instruments.
Yeah.
I do a lot of different things in Africa.
How do you go about adaptations? Because, you meet different people from different cultures. How do you adapt or, read people?
I think you have to be yourself. It's most important, being yourself lasts the longest. I think when you show people your intentions and show them who you are, then it's up to them to decide what they want to see, who they want to see. But I think honesty and transparency lasts the longest, and be clear about what you need, what you don't want, boundaries. So then it makes it easy to have a conversation. Like before we started this conversation, you asked me what you don't want to talk about, what you don't want to what. That's good, but I telling you it's fine.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
But some people don't want to talk about certain things, and if they say that, then you will respect it.
Yeah.
But for me, I know that if I say a comment, they get in everything. We can talk about everything.
Yeah.
But that's me. But in life for everybody, and somebody will tell you, I want to touch on this, I want to touch on this. Maybe you don't even want to answer questions if I ask you a question. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it's about being clear.
Yeah.
Setting your boundaries as well.
Yeah, but also being clear. Being I difficult to know. But I ain't calling myself difficult.
You want to be super, say clear.
But a lot of people
have
can't
an understanding.
Yeah, but a lot of people can't deal with that. That's the easiest thing.
Then you save yourself headache as well.
What?
Yeah.
Because if you mop, then you will know.
Yeah.
If you mop, you will know.
Yeah. I actually had a saying. I heard you say.
Nick Sanders and leaves there?
No. I think you said it came from your grandma. It says, know your friends and treat them well. Never your friend's secret tell.
For when your friend becomes your foe, around the world your secret will go. You do some real research. You get us now. That's a quote.
How true is that saying?
It's 100% true. Listen, as a child, when she would say that, and she said that to me, I was one of going away for school. My mother had some like one-liners, right?
Yeah.
But this was one that my mother also told me, but my grandmother, she would say, Choose your friend and treat them well, but never your friend your secret tell. For when your friend becomes your foe, around the world your secret will go. And it's about knowing who to trust. And sometimes we as people, we are so funny. Because see yourself, both of you, as two trees that look exactly alike, right? The same kind of tree, tamarind tree. One giving sweet tamarind and the one giving sour, right? But the both trees look exactly the same, beautiful.
Yes.
But a good tree gonna bear good fruit. A bad tree gonna bear bad fruit. And never gonna be the other way around. So now think about how much you love the tree is about how the fruit making you feel. So if I don't focus on what the fruit doing for me, so you have to know your friend and treat them well. So if you choose your friend wisely and you treat them the way you want to be treated, nothing will happen. But sometimes we just focus too much on the person and not the feeling. And that's a lesson I had to learn, is to focus on not how much you love somebody, but how do they make me feel. When I leave this conversation, how are you made me feel?
Yeah.
To know if I want to ever invest time again to have another conversation. But that's the lesson for all people in life. Not only for a relationship, but everything.
Yeah.
Even parents, even brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, everybody get the same screening. But it comes from the lesson. Know them well, but never the secret tell, because also, not everybody who around you wishes you well. People can be your best friend, but can't see us be successful. Hard lessons. Not everybody wants to see you succeed. Now, if you succeeded, I succeeded. Because you in front of me. You understand? We come from the same cloth. We're from a small island.
Yeah.
So if you making it, I'm making it.
Exactly.
So my success is your success. Because they're saying, hey, that's Statia girl. She doing the thing.
Yeah.
But not everybody gonna want that for you. Not everybody want to see what you have be successful. You to get married?
Yeah.
You're married already, 5 years. We're going 5 years, August 10th.
Yeah.
That's a bit of birthday.
Oh,
That's a bit of
yeah.
birthday. Not everybody gonna be rooting for what you have. So you have to know who you gonna have in your circle. You have to know who know your business. You have to know who to share with, who to be vulnerable with. This is who you're supposed to be vulnerable with, and the man up there. Because nobody else, everybody could change. I ain't saying don't trust, but know, and that's the lesson, know your friends and treat them well, but know your friends a secret tell. That's the lesson right there. So you have to be really specific, really careful also who coming into your house, who coming into your energy. It's like, I had to learn. It took me a long time because I like to share. I grew up sharing everything. I'm a giver. I'm a caregiver, everything.
Yeah.
So I had to learn, and those words were really wise. And now I completely and truly understand those words. No doubt about it.
Can you actually remember when it actually like really hit you?
Boy, like 5-6 years ago, I think it's when I became an aunt. When my sister get her little girl, the first one, something just shift. Because then I realized that if I don't take care of myself, if I don't be good to myself, I can't be there for her.
Yeah.
And it's like a different kind of love. It's something else. You guys are parents, so you know love.
Yeah.
It is undescribable love.
It's true.
It's
But to be an aunt and see your sister or your brother get a baby and have a child, it also has something really special. And I was like, wow, I don't want to miss out on nothing. So then you start reevaluating your life. You start thinking generational wealth, thinking, oh, all this money I'm working for, I want to be able to leave something for them, something tangible, something for them to have, so invest big, buying houses and doing things so that they will have it better than I had it before. So but in changing all those things, those words keep ringing true. And if you think about scripture, or talking about the fruit, that's Matthew 7:6. 7, 8, 9 is Matthew 7, chapter 7. In any case, they say, don't give all that's holy to the dogs, and don't throw your pearls to the swines, for they will trample you and turn around and rend you. And meaning, not all that is good that he has given to us is for everybody. And sometimes we get stuck in loyalty or loving people, so you forget that all that's good that you have maybe is not meant for them. And becoming an aunt, becoming these little creatures, seeing how pure, and you start to just think about your life, and that shift came like an axe.
Yeah.
Just chop off. People start falling off because you start setting boundaries and shifting, So that was it for me.
Yeah. You're protecting that as well.
Yeah. Because I want to have something to be able to give them too. Feel like I was like a cup, and I got holes in the bottom, and I pour in. So nothing is saying in a cup.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, there's on fumes, like just like this. On fumes, you got holes here, and you pour in.
Yeah.
This is all you got. I'm done with that, man. I want my cup to overflow.
Yeah.
So that's it.
You touch on some good topics there.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like you say, at a certain point 6 years ago, you decided that it really hit you. And I myself feel like I kind of like been through that transition. Yeah.
And how it feel?
Ain't easy.
Exactly.
Difficult.
Exactly.
Very, very, very difficult.
But you know what happened? Let me give you a hope. David needed Goliath to become a king. He didn't run from it. He didn't run away. He ran towards. So sometimes when it feels like you're going through a storm, if you don't walk through, you don't meet the eye, you don't meet the calm. You have to keep pushing through. So that means every trial, every tribulation, everything that's happening is happening for a reason. It ain't happening to you, it's happening for you.
Yes.
So when you start seeing it, I'm getting goosebumps. When you start seeing it as such, it becomes easier because you're like, hit me.
Yeah.
Come true. And we have to end this about letting go. And not letting go of maybe people, places, or things, but letting go of thoughts.
Yes.
Of ways of doing things. Because sometimes you could have a vision, but ain't God's vision. And if you don't believe in God, sometimes you can have a vision and it ain't what is for you. You could be seeing a window, the window open, but you can't pass through.
Yeah.
Because stay in your window.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You could be fit through the window, but in your mind, you're too big, or you're too short, or you're too tall. No, that can't be my window. That ain't for me, because then you putting yourself away from the possibility. Sometimes people could be in a room with the doors unlocked and can't get out. Because you have to move.
Yeah.
All you have to do is turn the knob. But sometimes you get stuck in, but I had a different idea. No, but this is how I wanted it to go. You can't control nothing. You can't control nothing. And when you get into that energy and just say, you know what happened? Because Peter was in the boat, Jesus was walking on the water, and he said him, come. But he's so focused on the water, he's focusing on what he's supposed to focus on.
Exactly.
He said, focus on me.
Yeah.
But he walks under the storm. You seen the storm? But he tell you, don't worry about the storm. Walk.
Yeah.
So we have to move by faith. You have to step. You have to dare. And if it go wrong, get back up again. Then you have to learn something because you don't finish. Things don't come to fruition. Things don't come to pass until you learn what you have to learn.
Yeah.
I believe. That's how I move, That's how I'm successful. Because I'm a good singer, because I have faith. Because I had to do crazy things. Honestly, I just take risks. And I'd be like, boy, Shirma, you sure you want to do this thing?
Until you make the risk.
I got to do for it. It's like I didn't even have a barrier, just doing it. I just recorded an album with 50 musicians, orchestra, with a 15-piece choir.
That's big.
And I finance the writing of the charts and everything. I crazy, but it's something I want to do.
Yeah.
So he making a ways of doing it.
Yeah.
But I know what it's going to bring to me. I know if it's going to make a cent. But I'll wait for it.
Yeah.
And if it happened, it happened. And if not, I did my best.
Yeah.
You know? And that's it.
That's an amazing mindset to have. Yeah.
And you don't live.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't
If
live.
you don't, then are you truly living? That's the question.
I believe, faith is something we just underestimate. You just be so focused on where you want your foot to land that you don't step. But if you step not worrying about where your foot going to land, your streets might be strewn with gold. You don't know where you're going, If you don't step, you ain't going to know.
Like sometimes I say fear is stronger.
But you don't have to be fearful. You have to be fearless.
I really needed that, for sure.
Amen.
I really needed that. We don't want to hold it there all night.
We wish we
You know,
could.
We wish we
but-
could. Is there maybe a specific topic that we didn't touch on that you feel like maybe you would want to?
And if not, next time.
Well, that was a good sign.
Yeah.
That was a good sign. Thank you very much for
Pleasure.
coming on
Pleasure.
the podcast. Like we said at the beginning, was very nervous.
Not necessary.
I had a dream about you before this interview.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Something about you was running late and we get to do it.
I think it was just
That's
nervous.
fear. That was fear. That's the enemy.
Yeah.
You didn't give it him time. No.
But after sitting down, it was a very good conversation. I feel like
You're welcome.
I personally really needed a conversation.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
very grateful for it.
Welcome.
So thank you very much.
So welcome.
Looking forward to hopefully sitting down sometime in the future.
True.
Hopefully next time maybe we're in Holland or something like
Let
that.
me know. Hit me
Yeah.
up, eh?
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Like I say here on the talk, Jackie imagery, capture the moment, watch it forever. See you guys in the next episode. Bless.
Wonderful.
And my saying is, nix unders than leave them. Nothing but love.